HD-2D JRPGs are currently at the forefront of JRPG players' minds, especially with the most recent announcement of Octopath Traveler 0 and The Adventures of Elliot. We also have some other cracking titles in the pipeline, the likes of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 Remake and also the indie title Threads of Time. But with all these recent announcements, there's an HD-2D game which got announced a few days ago, which seems to have gone under the radar. So today, I wanted to bring this one to your attention. But before we get cracking on, John aka Chicken Fillets here. If you like JRPGs, HD-2D JRPGs, and a wee Scottish guy talk about it, well, please consider subscribing to the channel. So on the 29th of July 2025, a brand new project was revealed known as Spark Ignites. Now this comes from a developer known as Ignicoverous Studios. Now what we'll do is we're going to go through the Steam page for this game and read about the title from there. Because realistically, that's all the information I have at hand at the moment. The initial opening for this, Spark Ignites, a pixel fantasy RPG where the Star God's blessing grants one wish every century. Orphan Ash and Clover uncover its bloody truth during their pilgrimage. Holding a world-changing secret, will you steal divine power or defy the gods? Every choice writes a new ending. Now, moving on with this game, next-gen lighting elevates retro 2.5D pixel art into a cinematic medieval masterpiece. From storm-lashed towns to candlelit castles, the glint on knights' armour to the flicker of tavern heaths, every flame tells a grand saga. Total immersion awaits. Now, as mentioned earlier, every critical decision you make ripples through your companion's growths, convictions, and ultimate fates. Loyalty, betrayal, redemption, your choices weave their legend. So it talks a bit about the new turn-based battle system. Forget mindless clicking, deep class synergy, precise action order, and rich character traits forge intensely challenging and rewarding tactical combat. Every move demands cunning. Now, in regards to the story, it does mention here, in a crumbling kingdom where ancient evil stirs, your choices reshape the world's fate, and the story's end. Become both witness and architect of legend. Now let's talk about my initial thoughts on the trailer, which you're seeing in the background when I first saw it. Now what instantly stood out for me when I saw this, and probably for you, is how gorgeous this game looks. Now in general, HD 2D games look fantastic. Now this one seems to just amp it up by a mile. And to paraphrase what they said on the Steam page, it looks like this new gen of lighting certainly does the job for this title, because it just looks gorgeous. Gorgeous! Now when I saw the initial footage for the combat, I thought it looked quite fun, and I saw straight away that it was going to be turn-based combat. But it's great to know after reading the Steam page that this is going to be tactical-based combat, so could be similar to the likes of Fire Emblem, for example. What I'm also liking after reading the Steam page and finding out more about Spark Ignites is that it's not going to be, and I'm paraphrasing once again, mindless clicking. You know, you're going to have to think into what steps you're going to take within combat. It's going to have you engaged. You know, you get your turn-based games which you can kind of play in your sleep sometimes, but this one, from what they've said thus far, you're going to have to think on your feet with this combat system. I'm here for that. Now, you know what I'm also excited for after reading more about this game is that It's indicated to me that there's going to be a lot of replayability with this title because of the choices that you make. And I think that's going to be fantastic for players to come back and forth to this game to get so many different endings that could possibly be available. Your actions will have consequences with your companions, etc. This is exciting because I love seeing JRPGs which have multiple endings dependent on your choices. You never know, they could go for the Star Ocean Second Story R route and have about 99 different endings. I mean, sure, why not? Now, I do have to hype responsibly here because at the end of the day, this game was only just announced and there is no initial release date also announced, so I don't know how far this project is. It could be years out for all I know. But at the moment, from what I've seen reading into this title, that it's currently slated to come out on PC only. I would suspect that in the future it would come out on consoles, but again, that's just speculation on my end. And you know what, with a sleuth of announcements for HD-2D properties, the likes of Octopath Traveler, a brand new IP with The Adventures of Elliot, which, by the way, that's some title. I had to highlight this one because I just felt this one is not being talked about. I feel this one has been blown under the radar as such, and I'd be doing a disservice to you not telling you about this title. So what I want to know is, what is your thoughts on this upcoming indie RPG, Sparks Ignites? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you like what you're hearing and seeing on this channel, well, please help me grow it by liking, sharing and subscribing. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chicken Fillets, you know what to do. Hit that notification bell. Now, I am looking to get this channel up to 3,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. So if you do like what you're hearing, please help me reach that goal by liking, sharing and subscribing. This has been John, aka Chicken Fillet, and until next time, tatty bye.